Today I'm going to be reviewing my game against Worthing. Good to get back to winning ways, having lost against Weston-super-Mare in the league. And individually it wasn't my best performance by any stretch of the imagination. But hopefully I can learn from the experiences, and to all of the young footballers watching the channel, you can learn from my experiences playing in the Conference South as well. Started off positive with a good run, got the ball from Tay and played a nicely weighted pass into Joe, so it was a bright start. Tried to win the ball back in the turnover, but since I was coming back as a wing back, not the end of the world to get sent like that. Yeah, I do well here to read it and set the pass, but I just need to be a bit more delicate with my feet. This clip, having won the ball back, just get out to Cooley. Ended up switching sides due to an injury. I wasn't actually expecting the centre-back to step out, and he does well to read it, and I ran out of space or time to react to take it past him. If I can recognise it early that he stepped out, as soon as I take that touch inside to cut across the wing-back, I could take another touch here, big touch outside the pitch, and that would completely take out the centre-back because all of his weight's going forwards. So that's something where if I recognised that earlier, the centre-back like to step out, I could have gone past him with one touch. I just need to be mindful of the recovering player that I'd taken out of the game. Here, apply a good amount of pressure, make sure I can't get done on a 1-2, and I'm able to pick up the ball off the front with the centre-back behind the player. And this clip just helped my team travel up the pitch. Try to be positive and play a floated ball into Ben. It ends up working out well, able to pick up the seconds and travel up the pitch. So I get the ball back, could have recycled it to Hagee, end up running out of space. But I think it's positive to try and take on my man and create something. And in the game in general, we decided to let Worthing have the ball. So for most of the game we set off, so it meant we didn't have as much of the ball as we usually do. And here when we turned it over, I'm a little bit rushed and I forced a long pass, which isn't on, because Millsy's offside. So that's just decision making really. I should just keep the ball, play it either into Cooley, send the midfielder, he can turn, or just pass it back to centre back Robbo, and we can keep the ball for a little bit. And in this clip, I wanted Fruits centre back to stay in his shape, so he'd obviously be able to take the winger that ran inside me, but he ended up running inside me. Happened quite quickly, but I'm able to recover. We end up going on to score, so it worked out, I guess. And as it plays on, it's a great finish from Hagee. And this is the start of the second half. We break, and I initially do well to cut inside of my right foot, completely lose my footing to get the shot off. Looking back, I'm going back on myself quite a lot. It's a very difficult angle going across like that to generate any power. And the shot, especially from how far I am out. So if I play that clip back, I think it would have been a better choice for me to continue driving outside the pitch to this fullback, committing him and potentially releasing Hagee. And the other option I had, which is probably the best option, but I didn't see it at the time. That's why it's always good to watch your clips back and review the game. Is Cooley with the outside of my foot here. I could just play a ball diagonally to him, and that would potentially have been a good assist. And here, just being back from a long throw, I think. Do well to head it to Cooley. Able to keep the ball, end up going forwards with it, and again could pass the ball into Hagee at this point. Or looking back, I tried to check out the pressure. But again, if I continue to drive inside, I can either bounce Hagi or go myself on the dribble. And here on turnover, miscontrol it, lose the ball again. So 3 times in a row I've lost the ball. And one of the best pieces of advice I think Rick gave me is just that if you lose the ball, make a mistake, make sure the next thing is nice and tidy and it's nice and clean, to just bank again, keeping the ball for the team, so you don't go on a phase of just constantly losing the ball, trying things and then not coming off. And then in this defensive example, I end up looking at the ball and turning my body as he plays it. I tried to intercept it, which is why I got a little bit too attracted to the ball. Whereas if I didn't try to intercept it and just worried about getting the ball on the other side of my man, I wouldn't be in that position here. So a little bit of learning for me, dealing with 1v1 situations when I get bounced, to forget about trying to intercept the pass. Should give me a better chance of intercepting that pass and making sure I'm not getting beat off a 1-2. And here, having said about those mistakes and issues, just wanted to get myself back in the game, keeping the ball for my team. There I do well to come over, get a block and a tackle in. Not able to get the third one, but by that point we've got enough bodies back behind the ball to make sure the attack comes to nothing. And yeah, that was my game against Worthing. Ended up coming off around 70 minutes. So nothing more for me to do. Didn't get any other opportunities to put the offensive stuff to bed or finish on a more positive on the ball. But we were winning the game and we were seeing the game out. So that's part of football as well. So I think for me, I'll just take the learning, making sure I'm more consistent and tidy on the ball, and just that spell really. Even though I didn't have loads of the ball opportunities in the second half, the fact that I was loose, a bit scruffy, and 2-3 times in a row I didn't do anything positive. It's important in those moments, obviously, to not get too upset about it, to make sure the next action you do, keep it simple, be positive still. If it's on to do something positive, then don't be afraid to do that. To not get too upset or to dwell on those moments, because that's part of football, and I'm going to have plenty of football and games coming up in the future. So yeah, it was a good 1-0 win, and I hope you enjoyed the review.